What's up, everybody? I'm Abatage, and welcome to Warframe. Warframe, spacey free game. Warframe. Yeah, I've spent maybe 20 hours in this game, so by no means am I an expert. And if you know anything about Warframe, 20 hours is basically squat. But what is it? It's a third-person action kind of thing, and it's free. So, you know, there's that. They recently had a big update where they introduced something called the Plains of Eidolon or something to that effect. And that is maybe over here somewhere. Here, yeah, we have to go to Cestus to then get to the Plains of Eidolon, which is basically a big open world area. But we're not going to do that right away. No. We're going to try and continue on a couple of quests that I'm working on. Just because. Now, before we get into that though, the nature of this series, this kind of playthrough, I guess, is based on the fact that I don't know what I'm doing and I'd like to learn more. Like, this game has the reputation that it has of being quite amazing. For a reason. I mean, look at it. It looks pretty beautiful. This is my ship. See, nice little pinks and blues everywhere. Makes things look pretty. That's the shop, which, whatever. I don't know what that is. I think this is like daily quests. This is your mail, your news, so it tells you all about, oh, there was a hotfix. Nice. This is where we navigate to quests and things, and you can see I've got some quests on the go, which I got from here. These are my quests. I've completed the first one. I think I've completed this one as well, Once Awake. I haven't completed this one because I haven't completed the prerequisites. I haven't completed this one just because I haven't. I've unlocked it though. I haven't completed this one, I haven't completed this one, and I haven't unlocked anything else. So there are quests to kind of drive you in a direction and unlock things, I suppose. Like, this one is the one that I'm kind of interested in at the moment, which is the Arc Wing. Basically, you unlock this ability to fly around, essentially. And I've done most of what I need to do, except I've done this very final part of the mission. I've attempted, like, 4 times and failed every single time, so I kind of figure I need to grind a bit more to do that. But that's kind of where I'm at with the quests. The thing that I wanted to talk about though, this might be a bit of a intro kind of let's see how everything's set up kind of video. Might actually turn I was gonna turn off motion blur, but I quite like it. But, you know, so we have these, if you're not familiar with Warframe, this is basically me running it through in my head as well, because it confuses the hell out of me. Let's go over here because we can actually see what we're talking about. So, you are a Tenno, whatever the hell that is. And you have a loadout, so you have your Warframe, which is the body here. Then you have a primary weapon, a secondary weapon, and a melee weapon. And then you have a companion. I've got this guy, it's the first guy I've unlocked. We'll look at him some more. He's got a thing. And then you've got gear, which I don't know. And you're beginning to see that I don't really know what I'm talking about. Because a lot of this game is, there's so much to it because it's been around for so long and it's been developed for so long. And, you know, to its credit, it keeps getting more complex and better. But as a new player or as someone who dips into it every now and then, it's so confusing. I have no idea what half of these things are doing. And if we jump out of here for a second, let's go see it. Look, these are our other things that we can access. I don't think I've got anything going there. Yeah, incubator offline. I need to unlock something to get that going. I think that's the like pet thing, and then I can have a pet. But I'm not sure. This is where this guy lives, and we can edit him directly, I guess. This is our foundry where we can build things. This is kind of like the, from what I can gather, this is the core kind of natural way to craft and progress things. Like the Arcwing that we're looking for, we kind of found blueprints for this, and you need to find the components to be able to build the segment, and then, you know, I've got other things like this is another Warframe, so like another body that I can use. So you have all the bodies have different skills, like all the frames, hence the name of the game. But they're all basically different loadouts and different skill sets. And if you're familiar with the game, you'll know all this. This is like nothing too revelatory. But I've got a blueprint for Ember here. I've got a heat sword blueprint, and these are all blueprints. This is basically saying this is, you know, we know how to make this. But you'll see, to make mag, I need mag neuroptics, mag systems, and mag chassis, which are their own blueprints in themselves and require their own crafting. I've got a bow here that I want to make called Paris. There's a seer thing. This is the Arcwing thing that I've been trying to work on. You know, we need some neurodes and stuff to build the wings, and then we can come over here and we can see we need wings. We've got systems, which is this one, and we need some neurodes again to make systems. So you can see it goes on and on and on and on, and there's quite a lot involved. And that kind of sums up the whole game as far as how grindy it can be. Because you can see everything here, it's a free game, so fair enough there's microtransactions and stuff, and they're pretty nice about it in this game, so I'm not too bothered by that, and I quite like just grinding my way through it anyway. But you can see, you know, you can buy things for platinum currency, which up here I have 135,000. I've never bought anything in this game. Oh no, that's just credits. I think this 15 is platinum. Yeah, I think so. But when you build the blueprint, it costs you credits, that's right. And the resources. So yeah, you need to make sure you've got enough credits and resources. So you can't even spend platinum on these, is my point. But you could buy the finished product outright for platinum if you so desire, but I don't have any platinum. And apparently some people are like, oh, it's really easy to get platinum, you just gotta trade and sell things and stuff. And I'm like, what? Where do I find out what I have to trade and to sell, and where do I go to do that? Because this ship here is your hub. There's a couple of like public hubs, like places you can go. There's not really anything down here, at least not yet, because you do unlock things from time to time on the ship. But yeah, there are hubs around that you can travel to, and you can meet other players, and you can do some shopping and that sort of thing. And it's not like there's no enemies and that sort of stuff. It's just like a town. But essentially, your ship is your world, because you can do everything you need to do right here. And this is the other confusing bit: is mods. So these are all mods, and as you can see, they do different things. Like this does 10% critical damage. This creates 1 meter seismic shockwave from heavy landings. This creates 15% range, and they're pretty nicely designed. I mean, I like the 3D effect on there, and you know, look, everything looks really slick in this game. I really like it. But so they're mods. But if we come over back here, because we'll have a look at this a little bit further, you can see if we go upgrade, it'll take us over to mods. And depending on where you put them, like they have synergies if they're in the right slot. And you can see this is a damaged mod, but it has plus 3% ability duration. Whatever the fuck that means. So our capacity is 4 of 26 that we have free. So we can fit 4 more in, but we don't really have the slots. So we could upgrade it or whatever. Again, I don't know. I don't know what the hell the deal is. I just go actions and I go auto install. And it automatically fills it with what the game thinks is my best configuration. Now, that might seem cool, but it also there's a slight tutorial about this, basically saying what I just said to you about mods and how, you know, depending on the symbol in the corner, it depends on where they can sit and in synergy with each other. And but I don't know what's going on here. And honestly, I'm never gonna know. You can change your appearance, you can change colors and stuff and all that kind of thing. So you can see that's why I've got my sexy little color scheme going on here of little blue highlights, little maroon kind of purpley highlights, and then black and white, because that's how I like to roll. Nice. There's things like your sandana, I don't know why it's called that, but this thing hanging on my back, basically my cape, is called a sandana. There's regalia, which is like little badges and things you can put on. It's like most games, it gets referred to as Fashion Frame. Just like you can play Fashion Souls or any game that gives you lots of cosmetic customizations. You can see we can come in here and we can change helmets. You can see it'll cost us real money if we want to buy one of these new helmets. I don't even know if we can buy them because they've got a cash price on there. We can't. I don't know if we can buy these ones for platinum, but you can see like this one here is 75 platinum. I got 15 platinum. I ain't buying platinum to get that helmet. Like, who gives a shit, really? And this is the default one. This is actually the default Warframe as well. Like, this is one of the first ones you get from the get-go. I only have one other Warframe, and that's because I'm a Twitch Prime person, because I have Amazon Prime. So I have the Frost Prime Warframe, who I have not used yet, but he looks pretty badass. There's Frost, and then there's Frost Prime. Or like there's Ash, and there's Ash Prime. And I think, yeah, here's Frost over here. So I don't have Frost, who's this dude, but I have the Prime version. I don't really know what the difference is. I think Prime is kind of like a prestige version of a frame, which you can upgrade, but you can see it's level 0, whereas my Excalibur is level 26. So my armor and everything, you know, not quite as good, but my level is high enough so my powers do more and that sort of thing. Because if we come back here, I know this is a little bit, you know, this could get a bit tedious if you're not really interested, but these are my powers, and these all get ranked up as well. So you can see I've got a slash dash where I can dash between enemies while slashing. I've got radial blind, which means I can blind enemies and then cut into them. So this dude is all about running around with a sword and getting all ninja on their ass, because that's what we're doing. We're space ninjas, baby. And so the first ability has max rank, and you can see the others are still ranking up. They've got a ways to go until the next one, and obviously the top ability takes the longest to rank up. So when I hit rank 30, it'll probably max out this ability. So, you know, there is a difference between different leveled Warframes, and it goes with guns as well, or other weapons. You can see my Skana, which is this sword, is rank 29. So do I want to equip the Sindo Prime, which came with that Prime thing, the other Warframe? I mean, it's got a lot more damage, and, you know, all the stats are up, but it's also level 0. So one day I can switch to that and start leveling that up, and I will, because this is almost at max level. So once this is maxed out, I might as well start working on the big axe, because why not? And I will change over to the other Warframe eventually, but I kind of want to max things out. Like over here I've basically got an extra weapon for each slot. So this guy came with the Prime thing as well, so it's another gun, you know. Cool. And there's all these other ones here that we can unlock and, you know, try out at a later date. But for now, we've just got our very starter weapons, which I've been leveling up in the time that I've already played. So we've got our Excalibur thing, Warframe. We've got our default bolter, which is the Braton. We've got our default pistol, which is the Lato. But you can see I've got another pistol here, which is like an automatic pistol, which I've never used, but looks pretty cool. The design of things in this game is quite beautiful. I do like the art style. It's very unique and niche to the game. So, you know, and all of these have different things. Like the upgrade on the sword, these are the abilities that are assigned to the sword. So they add different things and different, you know, powers and, you know. But let's not beat around the bush. I can't remember what this guy does, so I'm actually going to have a look at equip. Attack on protects its owner with shield restoration, equipped with the Artax Ice Beam. This item requires 2 open slots. Okay, cool. And then he's got this, which is his weapon, I think. And you can see that ranks up as well. So he ranks up. He's rank 9 at the moment. He also has mods. So you can see a pattern happening here. And the higher you rank something up as well, the more mods you can equip. Like the capacity goes up. So, you know, everything has ranking up associated with it. I'm not really sure about this gear shit. Like, there's codex scanners and siphon traps, and I don't even know how to bring up this wheel in the game. There's also emotes, like you can do things like you can do. But that's basically the structure of behind the game. Now, in this video will be a little bit longer because we will actually go and do a mission. But I just want to express how much... It's kind of the biggest dichotomy of this game is that it's so good and there's so much complexity to it and it looks beautiful and there's so many different systems and like, you know, look at this. Oh, look, oh, sci-fi. Oh, we're floating around in the sky and there's other ships and oh yeah, we're going to sit down here and meditate and figure out where we want to go. I think one of our next ports of call is over here. Yeah. And basically, this is all the mission map. So you can see as you work your way through, you unlock different areas to go to. So you can go to different planets and, you know, places in the solar system. And there's different things here as well. Like, you go to Jupiter after we get through Ceres. It's pretty overwhelming sometimes. But you can see I've basically done... I haven't done anything on Saturn. Maybe I have. I can is more the point. Oh, I've got a mission here. Oh, that's for the Archwing. But it wants level 20 to 30, so I'd probably get totally smacked if I tried that. But then over here on Mercury, you can see I've done a lot like these ones with just the white diamond instead of the lock means I've done them. So I've done everything except Odin, which we could do. That might be a nice way to have a look. I don't know if, you know, might get my ass kicked on that. This is the boss mission. Most of the planets, you come here, you go through missions. This is a relay, which is like a city, so you can go and hang out with different people and do shopping and stuff. That's like a non-enemy zone. Good place to hang out if you want to catch up with your friends and do stuff. But so each planet you kind of work your way through these nodes and until you've completed them all, and you can redo them and stuff, and they each kind of give you different things. See, this is another Archwing one. This is the one that I've tried to do over and over again but keep failing. This one as well I've tried to do but I keep failing because, I mean, you know, let's face it, I'm not that good. So, you know, you're basically grinding your way through these nodes. Oh, what's up here? Oh, it's another Archwing one. Okay. See, there's some like this one which, because it's got Archwing and the little blue symbol, it means it requires the Archwing. So you need to have an Archwing in order to attempt that. Whereas this is part of the Archwing quest line for which, you know, by doing it you gain Archwing parts and all that kind of thing. So then we've got Earth as well, which, you know, I've basically been all around Earth. This one again I need an Archwing, so I haven't done that. And then haven't done the subsequent nodes either. And we obviously have not been to Plains of Eidolon because that's the new big expansion that's there. So we need to go to Cestus, which is another town, in order to get to the Plains of Eidolon. Dig? Dig. But we're not going to do that in this video. We'll do it eventually, because this series is kind of just me meandering through this game and trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. So if you haven't figured that out already, and you're not bored already by looking at all this essentially menu shit, then, you know, we might be onto something here. But let's try this one. Just because. Now, hopefully it'll tell us what's going on. There's my ship from the outside, also nicely designed, might I say. So there's different factions. This one's against the Grenier. I'll get bonus if I get 10 headshots. Don't hold your breath.
These radio towers carry top-secret interplanetary communications. You are going to capture the towers and decode incoming messages.
I just unplugged my gamepad if it made a sound. So I need to capture... Oh, okay, so this one... we might fail this one because it's basically a capture the point, which is really hard to do solo. I didn't mention that before, but I basically play this game solo because that's just me. I'm an antisocial little fucker. And that's... Where's our map? There's our map. Okay. Yeah, we'll probably fail this. I'm not going to lie. Because ultimately it's really hard to play capture the point on domination style games when there's only one of you. So, you know. We can capture this point.
Tower captured. Beginning stream decode now.
So enemies will start showing up now, basically. Now we need to find out where the other towers are. Yeah, I can hear enemies, but I'm gonna... These sorts of missions, unfortunately, it pays to be... to focus more on capturing points than killing enemies. Especially when you're on your own. Yeah, see, they already captured the other one.
You have captured a radio tower.
There's an enemy. See, my dude froze him there. Like, that's what my little partner does here. I can slice and dice. I can shoot with my gun. I can do lots of cool stuff. So, because I'm trying to capture points, we'll probably do a lot of shooting. Not a lot of melee.
This tower is ours now.
Even though I really like the melee combat in this. And the other thing that this game has going for it is the movement systems.
We have lost control of a tower.
Hey, whoa, easy now. Where's the other one?
Online.
Oh, it's down that way, okay. Yeah, like I said, this might not go very well. Purely because we're trying to play domination as a single player.
The enemy have captured a tower.
So there's different types of enemies, as you can see. Some of them have shields, some of them rush you, some of them pull you towards them, some of them play melee games, some of them shoot you with shooty bang bangs. You know, some of them need you to shoot them.
Has all 4 towers.
Yeah.
Stop them.
I mean, you can see in the top left there, they've got 41% of data, and I've got 17. So we're basically not going to win this. But it kind of shows you the loop of this sort of mission, at least. You know, this is a mission you definitely want to do with other people. Which is probably why I've never completed it before. Because I am much of a solo player.
Tower online.
But we got that one. Let's get this one. Not let them take it. Looks like they've also raised the alarm, which means more dudes will come. So, you know, this is basically already lost. Well, that's cool. The thing with the
enemy have taken a tower. You must recapture it.
thing with the enemies is that quite often they are
Is ours now.
dumb enough that if you can keep them occupied, they're not going to go for the objective. Although having said that, these guys definitely did. Do I own this? I do own this. Okay, why am I trying to get it then? But the other thing you'll hear people talk about a lot when it comes to Warframe is the movement system. Because they're very big on their kind of parkourish system that lets you basically just jump around and flip out like a ninja.
Taken a tower. You must recapture it.
Yeah, I'm trying to capture this one. Damn it. But you're basically a space ninja. Man, there's too much conflict at this. Where is everybody? You up there? Why are you stopping me capturing this?
Control of a tower.
I know.
You have captured a radio tower.
They're at 79. They're at 80%. I'm at 40. So you can see where this is going. Where's this dude? Here. Okay. I quite like melee, as in non-gun combat. When I very first started playing this game, because I've tried it on PS4 and I've tried it on PC. Obviously I'm playing on PC here, and I've kind of stuck to PC now because I've invested enough time and money into, well, money, by money I mean Amazon Prime, but I've invested enough time into this game now to kind of make me want to stay with one format. The funny thing is though, the gamepad controls on PC really fucking suck. Like, I don't know what they were smoking when they put that together. Yeah, I know.
The enemy have decoded the message. You have failed in your mission.
Yeah, we knew we were going to fail. I mean, we still get a little bit of progress. You can see there's a little bit of progress. This guy leveled up a little bit. Yeah, whatever. But we're going to end up back on the ship. And, you know, probably leave it here somewhere. But that's where, you know, I've been playing the PC version enough that I kind of want to stick to the PC version now. And, yeah, I'm not going to put any progress into other stuff. So, yeah, those interception type missions, that's the domination type thing. So that's why I haven't done this one either, because even though it's only level 3 to 8, domination is hard on your own. You can change your matchmaking, obviously, to public and whatever. And I have done that a fair bit. But a lot of these lower level, it's kind of, the game's old enough now that these lower level missions often, if you try and queue publicly for this mission, say, you're kind of relying on other people queuing for this mission out of, you know, this entire solar system's worth of mission, where every single one of these nodes has multiple nodes on it as well. So, yeah, it doesn't always happen that way. And that's kind of the downside to it. So, as much as it's a lot of fun and it's really cool, there are downsides such as all this, anything that requires multiplayer basically to complete is a real bummer for me, because I'm not a multiplayer kind of guy, and I would throw heaps of money at this if it could all be done solo, because I mean, it's a cool game and it's beautiful, and there's so much you can so much you can do, and so much you can spend money on. Like if we just head over to the shop, I mean, free Prime with Prime, that's what I've got. So, you know, that's what you get if you've got your Prime thing. But if we come over here and we go Warframes, see there's all these different Warframes and they all have different abilities. There's mine. Where is he? Excalibur. You can see I own one. But they all have different abilities and different playstyles, and quite significant too, and some of them are really creative. Like, you know, there's a big tanky guy, Rhino. He's a big tanky guy. Gee, I wonder how they figured that out. But but then there's ones like, you know, I'm not too familiar with them, so excuse me while I kiss the sky, but Mag here has got lots of telekinetic things, like magnetic forces is her deal. So she plays it a little bit differently as well. Mesa, you know, there's all these different ones. They all kind of play to a different strength. Ember, obviously, a lot of fire kind of abilities. You know, she's into fireballs and fire blasts, and World on Fire is one of her abilities there, you know. So you can see a kind of theme happening here. One of the newest ones is this one, Octavia, who basically is all about music. And, you know, she's got metronome and amp as her abilities. Bit silly, because, I don't know, do you want to play the game as a stereo? But you can if you want to, so, you know, I mean, if that's the thing. If I felt like the rest of the game was more accessible and I could totally exhaust everything in this game solo and not have to rely on the chance that someone may jump in to a public match with me. If I could rely on that, I would throw money at this game and I would probably spend a lot more time in it. However, the point of this series and the point of anything that I do on here is just to share things, and I thought it might be nice to share my progress, as I seem to have kind of hit a bit of a wall in that regard. Like on Mercury I've got one left which we just tried that I always fail. On Venus we've got another one which is the same type, it's interception. We've got a quest here which I always fail, but we can try that some other time. Maybe next time we'll give it a crack just to see what it's all about. We've got this one which you need an Arcwing to do, so I can't do that. We've got this one which you need an Arcwing to do, so I can't do that. We can go to the new expansion area, but again, the expansion area is kind of huge, and they advertise it as, you know, you can fly around with your Arcwing. Over here, this is an interesting kind of area coming here into Mars, because this is kind of all new area which I haven't explored yet. So this is kind of progression. This is where I can progress. So I can do this one, which is an level 8 to 13 defense mission, which I can no doubt accomplish. and this is a level 8 to 10 hijack mission, which hopefully I can accomplish. So, you know, there are things to do, and I hope that by grinding through these missions that I can do, it will make these other ones that I can't do a lot easier, as in, you know, I'll level up and be able to do it. Because if that is the case, then, my god, let's get some cash flowing here. But if not, then I don't think I'll be interested, because, I don't know. It's like MMOs. I love playing MMOs, but I play them solo, which seems like a contradiction, but it's basically the truth of it. But, yeah. Let's leave it there. This might not have been a very interesting episode because there was a lot of talk about the actual game itself and not a lot of gameplay, and definitely not a lot of successful gameplay. But this is kind of like the setting it up for the future. We're not going to go into mods and stuff in the future. I just wanted to express how confusing that can be, and how, you know, the ups and the downs of the game, and where I'm at as far as my own understanding, which is nowhere. Like, I have a very limited understanding of how the systems work in this game, and I'm just kind of grinding my way through to try and figure my way out and figure how to progress beyond the limitations, like the last mission that we tried. So if you want to come along for the journey, stay tuned, and we'll do some more in the future. But for now, that's where I'm going to leave it. Thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll see you on the next one? Question mark? Goodbye.